yeah, so we'll get that one boxed off in the next few days. Actually just reminded me, we need to order a headlight for it, because at the moment it looks like it's got possibly a carp or maybe a slippery eel in there. Right, before we get into today's pitch update video, I need to talk to you about Top Don offers back on the jump packs. So they've got the JS2000 and this, something we don't usually see a lot on the channel or on promotion, which is the JS3000. This is the big daddy when it comes to jump packs. So the JS series jump packs usually starts from the 1500, which I unfortunately aren't offer at the moment. The 2000, which is one that we use a lot, but also we have one of these, which is the JS3000. This is a 3000 amp big old jump pack. It'll start anything from up to sort of 7 or even 8 litre petrol and diesel engines. Ideally, if you're doing a lot of jump starting, maybe in garages, commercial use, this is the one you should be going for. They've also got a built-in torch as well. They're also power banks, so you can power mobile phones from it as well, use it as a power bank. Works Type-C and also USB ports, and even has a DC port as well, so you can power things like tire inflators off it as well. Now, the equivalent 3000 amp pack from a well-known brand out there is about 3 times the price of this machine, and this is just as good as it, and it's saying at a fraction of the price. They usually retail at about £120, but they have dropped them in March. But also as well, we've got a unique promo code for Car UK viewers, which basically takes it to the cheapest amount you will find anywhere else. Simply use the promo code on screen now and you will get this for £112 delivered. You won't find that price anywhere else cheaper. Also as well, they've got on promotion as well the old faithful, the JS2000. Now this is our sort of go-to pack that we use a lot. Capable of starting sort of 5-6 litre diesel engines, no problem. A little bit smaller and slimline pack, but still packs a mighty punch. Has all the same functionalities as the 3000s. It has a built-in torch, will do Type-C, will do all your phone charging, etc. But still packing 2000 amps of capacity. Usually retails at £79.99, but if you use the promo code on screen now, you'll get the machine for just £70.99, which again, you will not find anywhere else cheaper for the latest up-to-date model. The links are in the description for these 2 jump packs. Please make sure you use our links in the description to make sure you're buying them from the correct supplier in the UK, and making sure you're getting your warranties included as well. The promo codes, which are slightly different for either or machine, are next to the link, so make sure you put that promo code in. Go to purchase it, on the purchase screen, go further down and you'll find the promo code box there. Put that unique code in and you'll get your discount to the prices as advertised on screen. Promotion runs out at the end of March. They use those promo codes, only available from the Car UK channel. So if you're in need of a jump pack, get yourself in them links today and get yourself one ordered. Evening all, welcome back to the Car UK channel. You join me on a sunny, glorious day here at the car pitch, where I deal in cars under £5,000 retail. Right, it's time for another update video. We haven't done one in a while, not a proper pitch roundup, so we're going to go around now, talk to you about what cars I've been buying, including something quite rare for me, an old Volvo, which I don't usually buy, and a rather interesting one as well, as I'll show you round in a minute. Plus I'll show you some other purchases I've been making, and of course update you on what's been selling, what's been going on over the week, and of course the raffle as well, concluded just the other day, so I'll give you an update on who has won that as well. So without further ado, let's get ourselves around the pitch. Right, okay, let's have a look at some of these new arrivals, starting off with this Volvo. So this is a 2009 plate Volvo XC60, all-wheel drive 2.4 diesel, so it would be the 5-cylinder version. Good engine, a good stern engine, this Volvo unit. And this is not something that I would usually buy, to be honest with you. It's not something that I would go to the auctions for, start looking for. Not necessarily because they're bad cars or anything, far from it. It's mainly because they're very, very difficult to buy at auctions. A lot of competition for them. So I just generally keep away from them, because of trying to buy stuff that every man and his dog wants is just can be a bit foolhardy, and you end up overpaying for stuff. So I just usually buy and focus on the other cars that we sell quite well anyway. This is turned up because of a trader friend of mine who's had this in, well, not so much in part exchange. He looks after the car for an elderly couple who've been using it, and basically they've stopped driving, so they basically want to dispose of it. And we managed to agree a price on it, which we're very happy to pay, because they don't get many opportunities to buy these. This one is a bit mileagey, as most big Volvos are. It's on 140,000 miles, which is a lot for most cars, but these are capable of doing hundreds of thousands of miles. It does drive it exceptionally well. It's an automatic, and it's probably a lot more reliable. Well, I say not probably, will be more reliable, certainly than my wife's car. Unfortunately, I can't seem to convince to have it. So it's going to be going on sale here. Like I say, it's an all-wheel drive model. It's automatic as well, which is good because they did make manuals. But you want an auto, and it's rare I get any autos. And generally, other than a little bit on the front bumper corner, which I'm going to tidy up, the rest of the bodywork has actually come up really well for a car that's done 140,000. Even the wheels are in good nick. It's got Pirelli tyres, Scorpions all round, so they've not cheaped on the tyres. It's a car that's been, well, like I said, looked after for its age and mileage. Inside as well, I say it's come up quite well. Leather, love a bit of leather. Obviously, being Volvo, we've got heated seats everywhere, we've got cruise, we've got phone, climate, you've got everything you need on a car expected of this age. Straight in the back, lots of room in there. So lovely Swedish leather everywhere. So it's a nice thing, good service history, well looked after, been serviced locally. Just wants a few little bits doing to it. Headlights want to mop up, which I'm going to do in a minute. We've got a mark down here, a scuff, which is only just a little chip there, which I'm going to touch in, and the rest of it there, that will actually come out. It's just literally just a scuff. It doesn't need any paint, which is good, because say we don't want anything with paint really. A few chips on the bonnet, but we can address those and smarten them up a little bit. But I say it's done 145. These things are expected. Overall, that is a decent old Volvo, and a rather interesting one. Let me show you what's in the boot. Oh, 2 keys, by the way. Look at this. We've already got a blooming crane in the boot. Absolutely over the moon when I saw this. So this is a hand control unit, I think they call them. But basically, it's used for, I imagine, getting wheelchairs or mobility scooters into the back of vehicles. Something you get optional extras, particularly if you're at a Kia dealership or a Hyundai dealership. I'm sure there's lots of people who work in there who know about these machines that get fitted into the back of mobility cars. And this one, so I say it's working absolutely fine. Let's just fire her up and show you. Little button there. We've got a little remote. And like I said, there's out there hours and hours of fun there to be had on that. And you say, here it goes. Bit slow. It's a bit slow, but you get the idea, don't you? It will pick up, say, a wheelchair or mobility scooter, whatever you want to get in the back of it, and maybe you're shopping, maybe you've got a beer, maybe you want to get your beer in the back of it. Be ideal. That you want to put any effort into it, you can just what have I done now? Oh, I ballsed it up here. Yeah, hang on a minute. Oh god, what have I done? I'm not really good at this. There we go. Right, there we are. Yeah, you can get everything you want in the back of it without any heavy lifting, which is always good, because I don't like manual labour. But I'm not sure whether to take that out or not. To be honest with you, probably leave it in and advertise it with, because if someone just wants a mobility or car that can be used for shipping things around or putting a scooter in, it's automatic as well. Let's be fair. If you're going to want aids like that, you probably want an auto as well. Maybe someone will want it. If not, we can just remove it. I'm sure there's someone who will want to buy it. So we'll see. We'll leave that in for now. But it's an interesting one, because I've seen them obviously fitted to cars, but I've never actually owned one with that crane unit in the boot. I say, a nice little interesting thing. What's it going to go up for? Well, actually, these things surprise me how much money they make. They do make good money. Oh, by the way, just noticed I have ordered the see the Volvo badge come off. You buy them off the tenner, so I'm going to order a new one of those. Well, I've already ordered it, it's on its way. But price-wise, I've had a look on Auto Trader. They are doing somewhere in the region of 4 to 4.5 grand. So I'm just going to stick it up at 3,995. Good points about this one: it's clean. It's an all-wheel drive model, and it's an auto. There's a lot of manuals on there. Auto would be the one you want, really, in this. So I think we can stick it out there at 3,995. We've got that option of the crane in the boot, which I suspect we will sell that very, very quickly. So we'll see how we go with that one. But the last Volvo I had on the pitch, wow, I mean, I just got inundated with people wanting to buy it. I was getting about 15, 16 calls a day on the car. It was a bit silly, really. But such as the popularity of these things, I would imagine is going to go very quick. Who says? We'll see. If it was still here in a few weeks' time and not had a call on it, I've called it wrong, haven't I? Other things we've been buying. Let's see what we've been buying. Bought this yesterday. So this is a Kia Rio, little 1.2 petrol. This is the £35 a year road tax model as well. There isn't many petrol cars that come into the low tax band. Lots of small ones, like we know about the Igos and stuff like that, and some of the EcoBoost stuff, Fiestas. But really, in the medium-sized cars, there's like obviously the 1 litre Ford EcoBoost, which you don't want to buy. You've got some of the Audis, A3s, and the Golf. Some of them with the 140 FSIs did manage to scrape into the £35 tax, but they're quite expensive to buy. Or you got things like this, the Kia Rio. There wasn't many petrol ones that fell into that band, but this is one of them. 5-door one as well, which is what you'd probably want for a family car. 1.2, it's just good enough to get it up the road and back. So you don't have to sort of thrash these really. They're just, not quick, but they just do the job. They're nice inside, the Rios. They're just a nice, well-built car, to be fair. 5-speed manual, does the job. I actually bought this off a customer who I sold it to about a year or so ago, just over a year ago, and yeah, we've just had it back. So a nice little result, because they've used the car for a year. They've got something a bit newer now. I think they've got a car coming via work, so they've yeah, just basically sold it back to me. Hopefully we can get that out to someone else this week. That'll be the plan. I think we'll sell that pretty quick, because you don't get many of those in, and they are good sellers, the old Kias and Hyundais. What else have we been buying? We've what have we been buying? I bought some other stuff. Oh, automatics, Nissan Note. So I've got a Nissan Note Auto. Again, this is a car I sold. I sold this to, it's a bit dirty by the way, so I haven't cleaned it yet, but we will clean it up. We sold this to a lady about, well, when we first opened, so the first sort of few weeks of us opening August 23. Let me just go grab that telephone. Oh, sorry about that, where were we? I broke filming there to go and answer the phone to an Indian call centre, which, believe it or not, were of no use to me whatsoever. I don't want to change my electricity supply, thank you. Anyway, where were we? Nissan Note. So I sold this in August 23 when we first opened. Little note, I can't remember where I actually bought it from. I may have got it from a trader. I didn't buy it from auction. It was during that period when we were still on that peak of high prices. And this being a little auto, I say little, it's a little car, but it's got a 1.6 engine in, which, I mean, ideally you'd prefer it was a bit smaller. 1.6 auto small cars can be a little bit, just can stick around a bit, but saying that, automatics now are such in high demand. Even older stuff like this, and even if it's got a slightly bigger engine, there's a lot of automatic drivers out there, and unfortunately you're just having to be, well, not as picky with them, to say, when buying them, because you don't get a lot of car for your money anymore. You're right. There we go. Sorry about that, brake filming again. Just had a chap on. We sold a car to just over a year ago. He says, oh, it's just passed his MOT, it's gone through, yeah, very pleased with it, but my parking sensor's failed on it. Is it covered under warranty? I'm like, no mate, the parking sensor is not covered under the 3-month warranty I gave you on a car you bought 14 months ago. I am generous and I do help people out, but there is a line. Anyway, he's coming back on Friday, and we're going to get him in, and we'll get him a new parking sensor which he can pay for, and we'll fit it for him just to resolve the issue. Anyway, carrying on. August 23 we bought this. I think we sold it for just over 23.95 it might have been at the time. Which, yes, does sound a lot for an old automatic, but that's what they do. Unfortunately, that's what they do. Say it's not done many miles. I think it's only done 60 or 70,000. He says. Wrong here. I haven't got the key. Oh, I can't remember. It wasn't high. Let's say 80s at max. It wasn't high for the year of it, and it does drive absolutely superb. And the woman actually said, again, very similar to the Kia, they're only getting rid of it because she's been given another car. Otherwise, she'd have kept it. He says it's the best little cheap car she's ever had, and she says she was just going to drive around in it until it died, but she got given a car. So she decided, obviously, it just makes more sense to have a car for free off her bosses, which I completely understand. So she sold it back to me. And in fairness, I've had to give half decent money for it because, well, she bought it for half decent money, and we know we can sell them because they're autos. It looks horrendous at the moment because it's absolutely filthy dirty. I don't think she's washed it since she's had it, if I'm honest with you. So it does need brightening up. But underneath all the muck and grime, there is a car there, and it's auto. And we get asked, well, I've been asked twice this morning for autos, and I've told people I've got a few coming in at the end of the week, come back. So no doubt we will find someone. It's only going to be a little 1995. We put a fresh MOT on it, we service it, we go underneath it, we check it, make sure it's right, and sell it back out. We're not making fortunes out of it. There's probably about 600 quid profit in that car for me after all my bills, and assuming I'm going to spend another few hundred quid getting it for another ticket and smarting it up. But it's an easy one. You can sell automatics all day long. We don't struggle. One actually, an auto, which I probably sell very easily. This is very low mileage, but I need to get in the workshop and sort, is my little Skoda. This is a beautiful, and I mean beautiful, bronze Skoda. Champagne even. Let's say champagne, it sounds better. That is a touch of Bollinger. But unlike Bollinger, which is generally perfect, this isn't at the moment because it's got a leak on the back window there, which is quite common on the Skoda Fabias, and it's leaking into the footwell, so we need to get all that cleaned out and dried out and fix the leak, which is to do with the actual door skin cards and behind the cassette, which is, again, it's quite common on the Skodas. They have a very strange little door setup they use on them where literally the door skins come off the doors, and you have a cassette behind it. If anyone knows who's ever changed a regulator on one of these, they are a nightmare to do. But the seal's leaking and it's leaking water into the footwell, and it's obviously it needs sorting. So I need to drag that in because that is an easy slam dunk sale once I've got it sorted. Again, it's only going to be a couple of grandish territory, maybe a touch over a couple of grand, because they have got a decent following this. So say, got free autos, not all on sale yet. Some of them will be on sale by the end of the week, but we've got free autos in, which is rare, because I probably get free autos, or probably had free autos in the last 6 months alone, never mind in a week. What else have we been doing? Buying wise, I bought this Astra, red Astra. Look at this beauty. This is a 65 plate, quite late on actually for me. Astra J, again absolutely covered in dirt. Come back from the paint shop. It needed a bumper corner doing and a bit of a blend in one of the arches she'd caught. So I just need to polish it all up now and do the final touch-ins. We're missing on the opposite side here a piece of chrome trim and a reflector which has been bashed, which we've had the bumper repaired now. In fact, let me go around and show you. I'm being lazy here. There we go. So you see there, it was originally damaged here. We've had it all painted and blended. Looks lovely. We've got a new reflector to go in, and I've also got a new trim bit here as well, because you can see that's cracked. See, most people will just leave that, but we're not like that. Just buy it, put it in, make it look right. Local lady who's had it, again, similar situation. She's had this for, God, about 8-9 years. She's had it. She's really quite new when she bought it. I think she's probably the second owner, most likely. And it's done about 50,000 miles, which is quite rare, because most of the Astras J's I buy are sort of between 80 and 100,000 to get them at the sort of price point we like. But I couldn't say no to this, because it's an estate model. It's a 1.6 petrol, which we like. So he's on 50,000. Red's, I mean, I'd be 30 if it was any colour but red, really. But in fairness to red, it does shine up well. We just need to mop it, because it just wants basically a mop over and it's ready to roll. Put them trim bits in. A little bit of work in the workshop, usual Astra stuff, like rocker boxes are always leaking on these, so we just put brand new ones on because we keep them in stock. But it will make a nice car for someone. Retail on it is absolutely ridiculous, because it's a high spec one, so it's an elite model. So we've got leather in there and cruise and whatnot. And a retail is something ridiculous, like nearly £6,000, which is a bit much, I think. I got it, I wouldn't say cheap, I like to have it painted and stuff, but I got it at fair money. So I'm going to put it up for a fair price. So I'm going to put it about 800 grand less than what the actual suggested Auto Trader retail is, 4995, because only dealing cars up to 5 grand. So we'll see how that one goes. So we've got to get that cleaned up. It's literally just arrived back this morning. So we'll get that on sale, hopefully in the next few days, once we've minted it up. Other cars we've sold them in working on. I'm not sure where we were on the last update. We sold the Picasso. That's went like within 24 hours. Could have sold it 10 times over. C1, loads of people interested in this. Had a couple of test drives. Mainly tyre kickers, I'll be honest with you, young drivers who haven't really done their homework on the insurance side or anything like that. I just think they wanted some test drives in it. But we've had interest, and that's the main thing. If we're having interest on it, you're getting people asking, opening the doors on it, you're going to sell it. So we'll see how that goes. Probably would have been easier to sell if it wasn't a rag top, because some people just don't want rag tops. But then again, there are people who like the fact it's a rag top. We'll see. Suzuki, I moved it as it was plonked over there, took it off sale, cleaned it all up, dropped it down 100 quid, and then shoved it back out in prime position, and hopefully we can get a bit more interest in it. I've had a few people walk on, because when you walk past a 17 plate car that's like just a shade over, 3,750 it's up for. We've dropped it from about 3,800 quid or 3,895. £3,750 for a 17 plate car does look very cheap on a retail pitch, and it drives very well. And for the life of me, I don't know why we can't sell it. I really don't know why, because we say I've had loads of these prior to this. Well, I say loads, I've had 2, and both of them sold immediately. But this one, 2 former keepers of full history, brand new clutching as well, which was really expensive because there's a shortage of clutches for these, and we're not getting anywhere with it. But I'm going to persevere with it. Another car we got sorted, this DS3. We've polished this all up, it's looking well. So you see a nice little DS3 in red. We've just got to, well, I say polished it up, we've got some marks out of it on the side. We haven't cleaned the car up, we just got the marks out first, and it's come up well, so we don't need to go to paint, which is good. We just need to wash this over now and get it in the workshop, because yes, you've guessed it, needs a sodding clutch. Of course it needs a clutch. It wouldn't be here otherwise, would it? But we knew it needed a clutch, we bought it. We were aware of that, and I think that's why we got it quite cheap. So yeah, we're going to have to put a clutch in it, 1.6 diesel, cheap road tax. We'll probably put a cam belt on it as well, because I'm not sure if it's had the belt done. We'll check it, make sure, but most of the time they haven't, and you must change the belts on these. I think Citroen say something ridiculous like 100,000 miles intervals on these for belts. I personally wouldn't believe that. I would go simply on age, say 10 years old, so this is 2 years overdue by my reckoning if it's got original belt on. So we'll just do the belt, because I've seen lots of these 1.6 HDIs, which aren't a bad engine in fairness, but they're one of the few things you do see on them, 10 onwards versions, is they do snap cam belts. See, I've seen a few. In fact, we've had 2 in the last few weeks customers and someone else I know as well who's got one, sorry, who's actually had the belt snap on him. In fact, it snapped on him the day he bought it, which was, well, not the best of luck, was it? So we'll get that boxed off this week as well, and Bike must probably just mint it up, do a little bit of a video on it just to say it's coming in stock and this is what we're doing to it, get a price in the window, make it attractive, and see how we go with it. DS3, first one I'm ever going to retail, and I'd only probably ever retail a diesel one. I might retail a low mileage petrol one, but then you're dealing with mini engines, and they're a fucking nightmare, them engines. They really are. You just got to be so careful with them. You've got to start off with a good one. But with the diesels, they're a bit more forgiving. Yeah, so we'll get that one boxed off in the next few days. Actually, just reminded me, we need to order a headlight for it, because at the moment it looks like it's got possibly a carp or maybe a slippery eel in there. Just having a quick look round, see if I've forgotten anything. Have I forgotten anything? Not really, I think, other than what I've spoke about earlier on in the week. We've had a bit of a shift round, just trying to make some space, because we haven't really got a lot on sale as always. So we're still struggling for space. But at the moment we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, we've got about 5 or 6 cars on sale. With another, well, with 5 or 6 going to be on sale this week. So we will get going again. We've got this Ibiza as well, which we've just had landed. I need to get the dent man on it because it's got a couple of little dings in the door there I need to sort. But we're going to get that in tomorrow because these are good news. Always love Ibizas. 1.4s, 1.2 petrols. This one's a 1.4 copper model. 11 plate, so these will be on the cheaper end side, probably about 2,800 quid when we've got it minted up. And they're just good news, they're just good sellers. I like them. I think they're better than the Polos, they're better value than the Polos. They drive better than the Polos because they're more sporty. They just look better for what they are. Ideal first time cars, so I say. And the 1.4 is probably a better engine than the 2. I say better, it's not. Let me just explain that a bit. The 1.2, if you've got one that's had the chain done, which we've got actually one over there, which we've sold, we're doing a chain on it in a minute. When the chains are right, they're good. They're perfectly good little engines, cheap to run. They say they're a bit quick as well, nippy for what they are. The 1.4 is quite an older engine. It's been around for a while. It's probably a little bit more reliable, but not very refined, and it's a little bit slower. So it's whatever your preference is. One's a 4-cylinder, one's a 3-cylinder. I wouldn't be fussed which one I'd have, but to be honest with you, it doesn't make much difference. We sell both of them. I don't think it makes any odds. We sell loads of either or. I know a car we sold. I just remembered this in the corner. This never even made it on sale. 1.6 Astra, blue one. Had it painted. Needed a bit of paint doing on the bumpers. Had that done. Parked it back up here actually, but we parked it in this area. We had a couple of inquiries on it, asking about it. They'd seen it in the videos in the background. A couple came on. They know stuff goes dead quick here. Basically said, we're interested in it, what's the script? Told them the script, and they said, yeah, we'll put a deposit down on it. When you've got it ready, we'll come and have a test drive and we'll commit to buy from there, which is fair enough because they'll not be able to drive it. I've driven it, I know it drives well, but it's not in a test drivable state just yet because we haven't gone through the workshop and finished off sort of a pre-check. So you've got to make sure we do that before we let anyone drive cars. But to be honest with you, it's only little things like it's got an oil leak, which is typical rocker cover gasket problem. I think it wants an oil cooler as well because it's starting to go a bit funny and leak. So we're going to sort that out as well. Coil packs as well, put new one of those in, just little things like that. With just typical 1.6 Astra. Put a belt on it as well if it needs it. But it's a nice one, being an elite model, 5-speed one. They're just good little cars really, and they're just better value than a Focus really for what they are. I wouldn't say that they're a nicer looking or maybe better even driving car than a Mark III Focus. I think the 1.6 Mark III Focus, and I'm being honest, is slightly better to drive, only fractionally, my view, but others will disagree. However, Mark III Focuses are expensive. They really are. That's done about 70-ish thousand miles, 75,000. We've just sold that for just shade over 3.5 grand on a 64 plate. You cannot buy from a dealer a clean 64 plate Focus 1.6 petrol for 3.5 grand. They're more like sort of going in, heading into the region of 4.5 grand for the same car, same mileage. So you do get better value when buying the Astras over the Focuses. It's the same with the Golfs. In fact, the Golfs are even more money. I say we can't get Golfs at the sensible mileage because they just hold such stupid retail prices. Quickly have a bit of a round up in the workshop. Just while the lads are on the dinner. So, working on some sold cars again. i10. This is the white little i10. Did last long on sale, this. About 10 days, I think this one lasted. Little cheapy. I think we sold it for about $23.95 on a 61 plate. Touch on the miles, done 104. But very, very clean car. Didn't require any paint whatsoever. And it's a 1.2 petrol, cheap road tax, bread and butter stuff for us. and it's only going 2 streets away as well. So it's going to be a local car. We're just literally doing the PDI on it now, stripping, cleaning the brakes, quick service on it, and that's pretty much it. We might underseal the back end as well, actually, because they do go a little bit scaly on these. Not really rock boxes, these, to be fair, but, well, unless they're by the sea. But they just look a bit scaly when you get to this age, so you just want to tidy them up, make them tidy. Car there, a couple of grand, someone can use for, what, next fair few years, run it into the ground, buy something else. That's pretty much what this sort of market is when you're at 2 grand level. But it's a little smart car. Nice thing, they're saying that is, what, 10 days on sale, which actually surprised me because we usually sell these in like 48 hours. But maybe I was having a bit of a quiet spell. Maybe I wasn't on form. KA, this has been with us for ages. And we put it on sale. Well, I didn't even, that's not true. I didn't actually put it on sale. I stuck it on the front where cars usually go on sale with an awaiting prep sign in it because we had no room and we were moving stuff around. And we had a couple came on with a daughter and they loved it and said it's exactly what they wanted. And I said to them, look, it's not ready, you can't test drive it, it's just been plonked here because we need the space, but this is what we're doing to it. We're putting a recon box in it, we're putting a clutch in it, we're putting all new brakes on it, we're going to underseal it underneath, we're doing all the shockers. In fact, we've done, already started some of the work, clutches in, I know that. We've also put new brakes on it. It's also got all new struts as well and top mounts to go on it because they always go horrible, and I'll show you an example of them. Here's the strut tops on them, always get water in them and go horrible, so we changed the cups and the top mounts underneath and all the struts because, well, the struts have got very limited damping, so they'd fail anyway, and as you can see from this one, it's been leaking previously, so we'll change all them, put all new front suspension effectively on it, bar the wishbone arms, which luckily, as you can see here, well, you can see it quite see, they have been, I wouldn't say been changed recently, but they've certainly been changed in the last couple of years, and there's no play in them, so we don't need to bother with that. Plus, they're a bit of a nightmare to do on these, so if they're not broke, we don't fix them. But other than that, we then need to tidy the back end up, schultz it, make it look nice underneath. Doesn't require any paint. Might get the dent man to go around it because I can just see a few parking dents along the side here, which we'll do because it just makes sense. Get the dent man in, smarten the car up. First car for someone, we make it nice as we can, and then get as well. I need to order it, which I'm going to do in a minute. Is this bloody thing here? These are a nightmare. Anyone knows. So these are what's missing here is the seat handle opens the back up, and they're about 70 quid from Ford, and you can only buy them from Ford because they don't make aftermarket ones, unlike the Fiat 500s, which are about £10 to buy. So I've got to go order one of those in a minute. Right, other news. Well, of course, the raffle. Forgot about the raffle, haven't we? It was drawn. It was drawn on Monday night, 11 o'clock, or about half 10, 11 o'clock, remember rightly. And we have a winner. The first prize went to Andrew Ritchie. So those of you who logged in and checked, we got prize 1, which was a diagnostic machine, and prize 1 was the first ticket out of the hat, which also was the car. A little bit of confusion there. I might say my first time ever using that website, but the first prize, the first ticket out of the hat was the winner. Prize 1, which is the Mini, or the alternative prizes, which was cash or the Micra, and also a diagnostic machine he won as well. So I've contacted him, and also the raffle site, Raphael, have contacted him, and he got in touch this morning. As you can imagine, really excited, and he has decided, very wisely, to take the Mini Cooper. So we're going to be getting that organised for him. I think he's coming a week after next, so we're going to get that organised for him. And also as well, we've got some sub prizes which were jump packs as well. Have sent emails out to the winners of those, so if you haven't contacted me already and you've just seen this, make sure you check because, like I say, we'll need to get hold of you so we can send out your prizes as well. So if you say you are one of the other 2 winners, which I'll put on screen now, please let me know by getting in contact by email or giving us a ring here at the Car Pitch, and we'll get your prizes out to you. We have already started the process of donating lots of money to charity. We've got thousands of pounds going out over the next week or two to different charities. Already started actually the other day, as I mentioned in the previous video, a local dance troupe down the road, a volunteer society that looks after about 100 kids locally, taking them all over the northwest in dance troupe competitions. Been doing it for about 35 years, I think the chap's been doing it for. Well known in the area. It's volunteer based, and they work on donations. They wanted outfits, uniforms for the troupe, and we basically donated money for them because they're 100 kids, so we managed to cover the cost of all of that, so we got that sorted, and the guy has also sent me a very nice thank you message as well, which is he didn't need to do. But also as well, we've got Cancer Research UK going to get some donations this week. Also, I've got a local charity, disability charity here in Crewe, who look after kids at a community centre. They've been going as well for a number of years. The charity is called Hopes and Beams. We're going to get in touch with them this week. They are, they say, a disabled kids charity who help children with activities and sport. A very well-known cause locally. Terrific charity, and saying they look after not only the kids but also supporting parents as well. So say many thousands of pounds will be going over the next week or two to those charities. I'll keep you posted on those. Now, what have we got going on the rest of the week? Well, we've got a few more videos to come out this week. I've actually been buying some more interesting cars, which I'll show you in some other videos later in the week. I've also been working on a couple of other little bits as well. A new do not buy video of a particular engine. I'm going to do a video on that in a few days' time. So hopefully none of you have got this engine, which I'm going to be a bit nasty about. I'll pre-warn you. And of course, we're back at the auctions, hopefully in a few days' time as well. So obviously when we're there, we'll do some filming. Right, I think we'll wrap it up there. Thank you for watching this video. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe to the Car UK channel. Thank you again, and I'll see you all in the next one.